What if I told you that the key to your happiness, success, and inner peace was hidden in plain sight? It's not in some faraway place or in a complex formula. It's right here within you, waiting to be unleashed. But there's a catch. To access this power, you need to let go of something that's been holding you back all along. The need to be liked. Think about it for a moment. How much of your life have you spent trying to please others? How many times have you changed your opinions, your appearance, or your decisions just to fit in or gain approval? It's exhausting, isn't it? And the truth is, it's a game you can never win. You see, the need to be liked by everyone is like chasing a mirage in the desert. The more you run after it, the further it seems to get. And all the while, you're losing sight of who you truly are and what you really want from life. You have the power to break free from this cycle. You have the ability to reclaim your authenticity, your confidence, and your sense of purpose. And it all starts with a simple decision, the decision to let go of the need to be liked by everyone. I know what you're thinking. Easier said than done, right? And you're absolutely correct. This is an overnight transformation. It's a journey, a process of growth and self-discovery. I promise you it's a journey worth taking. Let's start by understanding why we crave universal approval in the first place. It's deeply rooted in our human nature. From the moment we're born, we seek connection and belonging. As children, we quickly learn that being good and pleasing others brings rewards. Smiles, hugs, praise. This association becomes ingrained in our psyche, and we carry it into adulthood. As adults, we're no longer in that simple world of childhood where pleasing our parents or teachers was enough. We're in a complex society with billions of people, each with their own opinions, expectations, and judgments. Trying to please everyone becomes not just impossible, but detrimental to our well-being. Think about the last time you made a decision based solely on what others would think. How did it make you feel? Chances are, even if you received the approval you were seeking, there was an underlying sense of dissatisfaction, a nagging feeling that something wasn't quite right. That's because when we prioritize others' opinions over our own truth, we're essentially betraying ourselves. We're saying that their thoughts, their judgments, their approval is more important than our own authenticity and happiness. And that, my friends, is a recipe for a life of frustration and unfulfillment. But don't worry, because recognizing this pattern is the first step towards breaking free from it. The next step is to start practicing self-approval. This means learning to validate yourself, to trust your own judgment, and to be okay with the choices you make, regardless of what others might think. Start small. The next time you're faced with a decision, pause for a moment. Instead of immediately thinking, what would others want me to do? Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What feels right to me? The simple shift in perspective can be incredibly powerful. Of course, this doesn't mean you should disregard others' feelings or opinions entirely. We're social beings, and healthy relationships are crucial for our well-being. The key is to find a balance between considering others and honoring yourself. Think of it like this. Your life is a garden, and you're the gardener. You get to decide what grows in your garden. Some plants, relationships, activities, beliefs will thrive and bring beauty to your life. Others might look nice from afar, but turn out to be weeds that drain your energy and stifle your growth. As the gardener, it's your job to nurture the plants that truly belong in your garden and to have the courage to remove those that don't, even if others might not understand or approve of your choices. Now, let's talk about fear. Because let's face it, the idea of not being liked by everyone can be scary. We fear rejection, isolation, conflict. But here's a liberating truth. These fears are often much bigger in our minds than they are in. When you start being true to yourself, something magical happens. Yes, you might ruffle a few feathers. Yes, some people might disapprove or drift away. But you'll also find that many people are drawn to your authenticity. You'll attract those who resonate with the real you, forming deeper, more meaningful connections. Moreover, you'll discover a sense of inner peace that no amount of external validation can provide. When you're no longer constantly seeking approval, you free up an enormous amount of mental and emotional energy. You can channel this energy into pursuing your passions, developing your skills, and creating the life you truly desire. Remember, every great leader, innovator, and change maker throughout history had to face disapproval at some point. If they had let the fear of being disliked hold them back, we wouldn't have many of the advancements and inspirations we enjoy today. Your unique voice, your ideas, your truth, they matter, and they deserve to be expressed regardless of whether everyone approves. As you embark on this journey of letting go, be patient with yourself. Like any significant change, it takes time and practice. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the old need for approval creeps back in. That's okay. Acknowledge these feelings without judgment, then gently remind yourself of why you're making this change. One powerful technique is to regularly check in with yourself. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I honor my truth today? Did I make choices that align with my values and aspirations? Celebrate the moments when you did and learn from the moments when you didn't. Remember, this is a process of growth, not perfection. Another helpful practice is to surround yourself with supportive people who encourage you to be authentic. These might be friends, family members, mentors, or even authors and speakers whose messages resonate with you. Their support can be a valuable source of strength as you navigate this change. It's also important to recognize that letting go of the need to be liked doesn't mean becoming inconsiderate or unkind. In fact, it often leads to greater compassion and empathy. When you're secure in yourself, you're better able to truly listen to others, to understand their perspectives without feeling threatened by differences. Think about it. When you're constantly worried about being liked, you're focused on yourself. Your interactions become a performance, a constant evaluation of how you're being perceived. But when you let go of that need, you're free to genuinely engage with others. You can listen without an agenda, offer help without expecting anything in return, and express your thoughts honestly and respectfully. This shift can transform your relationships. Instead of superficial connections based on people-pleasing, you'll cultivate authentic relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. And here's a beautiful paradox. When you stop trying so hard to be liked, you often become more likable. Your genuineness shines through and people are naturally drawn to that. Now let's address a common misconception. Some people worry that letting go of the need to be liked means becoming selfish or uncaring. Nothing could be further from the truth. This journey is about aligning with your highest self, your most authentic being. And that authentic self is capable of deep love, compassion, and contribution to the world. When you're true to yourself, you're in a much better position to help others. You'll have more energy, more clarity, and more genuine enthusiasm for the causes and people you care about. You'll be able to set healthy boundaries, which actually allows you to show up more fully in your relationships and commitments. Have you ever been around someone who's clearly trying too hard to be liked? It often feels uncomfortable, doesn't it? There's a sense of inauthenticity that we can pick up on even if we can't quite put our finger on it. Now contrast that with someone who's comfortable in their own skin, who speaks their truth with kindness and stands firm in their values. That person has a certain magnetism, a quiet confidence that's inspiring and engaging. That's the kind of person you become. When you let go of the need for universal approval, you become a beacon of authenticity in a world that desperately needs it. Your courage to be yourself gives others permission to do the same. In this way, your personal growth becomes a gift to those around you. As you continue on this path, you'll likely face challenges. There will be people who don't understand your change. Some might even try to pull you back into old patterns of people-pleasing. In these moments, it's crucial to stay connected to your why, your reason for making this change. Remember, you're not doing this to rebel or to prove a point. You're doing this to live a more authentic, fulfilling life. You're doing this to honor your unique gifts and to contribute to the world in the way only you can. Keep this purpose in mind, especially when the going gets tough. It's also helpful to reframe how you think about others' opinions. Instead of seeing them as judgments you need to either meet or defy, try viewing them as data. They're information about that person's perspective, their values, their experiences. You can acknowledge this information without letting it dictate your choices. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. Suddenly, criticism doesn't feel so personal. Disapproval doesn't feel so threatening. You can listen, consider, and then make your own informed decision based on your values and goals. As you practice this new way of being, you'll likely notice changes in various areas of your life. Your decision-making might become clearer and more confident. Your creative expression might flow more freely. You might find yourself taking more risks, pursuing dreams you've long held but were afraid to chase. In your career, this newfound authenticity can be a game changer. When you're not constantly trying to mold yourself to what you think others want, you can focus on developing your unique strengths and pursuing opportunities that truly excite. This genuine enthusiasm and commitment often led to greater success than any amount of people-pleasing ever could. In your personal life, you might find your relationships deepening. As you become more authentic, you create space for others to do the same. Your connections become based on real understanding and appreciation rather than performance and approval. Even your relationship with yourself will transform. The energy you once spent worrying about others' opinions can now be directed towards self-discovery and growth. You'll likely become more self-aware, more in tune with your own needs and desires. This self-knowledge is invaluable. It's the foundation for a life of purpose and fulfillment. Now let's talk about resilience. As you let go of the need to be liked by everyone, you'll naturally become more resilient. Why? Because your sense of self-worth is no longer tied to external validation. When you face setbacks or criticism, which are inevitable parts of any meaningful life, you'll be better equipped to handle them. Instead of being devastated by disapproval, you'll be able to evaluate feedback objectively. You can ask yourself, is there something valuable I can learn from this? Does this align with my values and goals? If not, can I respectfully disagree and move on? This ability to bounce back, to learn and grow from challenges rather than being defeated by them, is a superpower in today's world. Another beautiful aspect of this journey is a ripple effect it creates. As you become more authentic and self-assured, you inspire others to do the same. Your children, friends, colleagues, they'll see you living with integrity and courage, and it will impact. You become a living example of the freedom and fulfillment that come from being true to oneself. This doesn't mean you'll never doubt yourself or feel the pull of people-pleasing again. We're human, after all, and these patterns run deep. But each time you choose authenticity over approval-seeking, you strengthen your authenticity muscle. It becomes easier, more natural to live from this place of truth. As you continue on this path, you might find yourself reassessing various aspects of your life. Relationships that were based primarily on people-pleasing might fall away, making room for more genuine connections. Career paths that you pursued to meet others' expectations might no longer feel aligned, opening doors to new, more fulfilling opportunities. This process of reassessment and realignment can be uncomfortable at times. Change often is. But remember, this discomfort is a sign of growth. It's the feeling of stretching beyond your old limitations, of expanding into a fuller, more authentic version of yourself. One powerful practice as you navigate this journey is to regularly connect with your core values. What truly matters to you? What principles do you want to guide your life? When you're clear on your values, decision-making becomes simple. You have an internal compass to guide you, regardless of others' opinions. It's also important to celebrate your progress along the way. Each time you honor your truth, each time you resist the urge to people-please, take a moment to acknowledge it. These small victories add up, creating momentum and reinforcing your commitment. Remember, letting go of a need to be liked by everyone doesn't mean you stop caring about others. In fact, it often leads to more genuine care and compassion. When you're not constantly worried about how you're being perceived, you can be fully present with others. You can listen deeply, offer sincere support, and connect heart to heart. This authentic way of relating often leads to more meaningful impact in the world. Whether it's in your personal relationships, your community involvement, or your professional contributions, your authenticity allows you to bring your full self to the table. And that full self, with all its unique experiences, perspectives, and gifts, is exactly what the world needs. As you embrace this new way of being, you might find yourself becoming more creative, more innovative. When you're not constrained by the fear of judgment or the need for approval, your mind is free to explore new ideas, to think outside the box. This creative freedom can lead to breakthroughs in your work, your hobbies, and your problem-solving abilities. You might also notice a shift in how you handle conflict. When your self-worth isn't dependent on others' approval, you can approach disagreements with more calm and clarity. You can express your perspective honestly while remaining open to others' views. This balanced approach often leads to more constructive outcomes and stronger relationships. Another benefit of letting go of the need to be universally liked is the amount of mental and emotional energy you free up. Think about how much time and effort you spend worrying about what others think, replaying conversations in your head, or agonizing over decisions based on potential reactions. Now imagine redirecting all that energy towards your goals, your passions, the possibilities are endless. This journey also involves developing a healthy relationship with feedback. When you're no longer seeking constant approval, you can view feedback as valuable information rather than personal attacks. You can sift through input, taking what's useful and leaving the rest without it shaking your sense. It's important to note that letting go of the need to be liked doesn't mean becoming indifferent to others' feelings or opinions. It's about finding a balance, considering others while staying true to yourself. It's about making decisions based on your values and goals, while still being open to input and willing to adjust course when it aligns with your authentic self. As you continue on this path, you'll likely find that your definition of success changes. Instead of measuring your worth by others' approval or external achievements, you'll start to value internal measures more. How aligned are you with your values? How true are you being to yourself? How much are you growing and learning? These become the real markers of success. This shift can be profoundly liberating. You're no longer at the mercy of others' opinions or societal expectations. You're free to define success on your own terms, to pursue what truly matters to you. And ironically, this often leads to greater external success as well, because you're operating from a place of authenticity and passion. One of the most beautiful aspects of this journey is the deepening relationship you develop with yourself. As you let go of the need for external validation, you'll naturally turn inward more. You'll become more attuned to your own thoughts, feelings. This self-awareness is a powerful tool for personal growth and fulfillment. You'll also likely become more compassionate towards yourself. When you're not constantly seeking approval, you can be more accepting of your own imperfections and mistakes. You can view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to your likability. This self-compassion is crucial for resilience and well-being. As you embrace your authenticity, you might find yourself drawn to new experiences and opportunities. Things you once avoided for fear of judgment might now spark your curiosity. You might try new hobbies, express yourself in new ways, or take on challenges you previously thought were beyond you. This expansion of your comfort zone can lead to incredible personal growth and life experiences. It's also worth noting that as you become more comfortable with not being liked by everyone, you'll likely become more discerning about whose opinions you do value. You'll naturally gravitate towards people who appreciate your authentic self, who challenge you to grow, and who bring out the best in you. These relationships, built on mutual respect and genuine connection, will be far more fulfilling than any superficial. Now let's talk about the impact this shift can have on your leadership abilities, whether you're leading a team at work, guiding your family, or taking charge in your community. When you let go of the need to be liked by everyone, you become a more effective, inspiring leader. Think about the great leaders you admire. Chances are they weren't people who constantly sought approval or tried to please everyone. Instead, they were individuals who stood firm in their convictions, made tough decisions when necessary, and weren't afraid to challenge the status quo. They led with authenticity and integrity, even when it wasn't popular. When you release the need for universal approval, you free yourself to make decisions based on what's right, not what's popular. You can communicate more clearly and directly without sugarcoating or hedging your words for fear of offending someone. This clarity and honesty inspire trust and respect from those you lead. Moreover, your authenticity gives others permission to be authentic too. When you show up as your true self, flaws and all, You create an environment where others feel safe to do the same. This leads to more open communication, greater creativity, and stronger team. You'll also find that you're better equipped to handle the inevitable conflicts and challenges that come with leadership. Instead of taking criticism personally or avoiding difficult conversations, you can address issues head-on with confidence and composure. Your self-worth isn't dependent on everyone agreeing with you, so you can listen to differing opinions without feeling threatened. This journey of letting go also enhances your emotional intelligence. As you become more attuned to your own emotions and motivations, you'll likely become more perceptive of others' feelings and needs as well. This empathy, combined with your authenticity, can make you a truly transformational leader. Someone who not only achieves results, but also inspires and uplifts others along the way. Now let's consider how this shift affects your personal relationships. When you stop trying to be who you think others want you to be, you allow for more genuine, deeper connections. Think about it. Do you want friends who like a facade you've created or friends who appreciate the real you? In romantic relationships, this authenticity is equally crucial. Many people enter relationships trying to be the perfect partner, only to find themselves exhausted and resentful over time. But when you show up as your true self from the beginning, you set the foundation for a relationship based on genuine love and acceptance. This authenticity in relationships extends to your ability to set and maintain healthy boundaries. When you're not driven by the need to be liked, you can say no when you need to without guilt or fear. You can express your needs and desires openly. This leads to more balanced, respectful relationships where both parties feel heard and valued, and even in your relationship with your children. If you're a parent, this shift can have profound effects. Children are incredibly perceptive. They can sense when we're not being authentic. By modeling self-acceptance and the courage to be yourself, you teach your children one of the most valuable life lessons they can learn. Now let's talk about how this journey affects your overall well-being and quality of life. When you let go of the need to be liked by everyone, you significantly reduce your stress levels. Think about how much anxiety is caused by constantly worrying about others' opinions, trying to predict how people will react, or replaying social interactions in your head. When you release this need, all of that mental and emotional energy is freed up. This reduction in stress can have tangible benefits for your physical health. Chronic stress is linked to a host of health issues, from heart disease to digestive problems to weakened immune function. By letting go of the need for universal approval, you're not just improving your mental and emotional health. You're potentially boosting your physical health as well. You might also find that you sleep better at night. When you're not lying awake worrying about what someone thought of something you said or did, you can rest more peacefully. This improved sleep, in turn, contributes to better overall health, clearer thinking, and more stable. Another area where you might see improvement is in your productivity and focus. When you're not constantly distracted by the need to manage others' perceptions of you, you can devote more of your attention to the task at hand. Whether it's at work, in your hobbies, or in personal projects, this increased focus can lead to better results and a greater sense of accomplishment. Let's also consider the impact on your personal growth and self-development. When you're no longer constrained by the need to fit into others' expectations, you're free to explore and develop in ways that truly resonate with you. You might discover passions or talents that you've been suppressing out of fear of judgment. This could lead you to take classes you've always been interested in but were afraid to try. You might start that creative project you've been putting off. You could even make a career change to pursue work that's more aligned with your authentic self. The possibilities are truly endless when you're not limiting yourself based on others' opinions. Moreover, this journey of letting go often leads to greater self-acceptance. As you become more comfortable with the idea that not everyone will like you, and that's okay, you'll likely find it easier to accept all parts of yourself, including your flaws and imperfections. This self-acceptance is the foundation of true confidence and inner peace. Now, it's important to acknowledge that this journey isn't always easy. There will be times when you slip back into old patterns of people-pleasing. There will be moments when the fear of disapproval feels overwhelming. This is normal, and it's part of the process. The key is to approach these moments with compassion for yourself. Instead of beating yourself up for falling back into old habits, view these instances as opportunities for growth and learning. Ask yourself, what triggered this need for approval? What can I learn from this situation? It can also be helpful to develop some strategies for those moments when the need for approval feels strong. Deep breathing exercises can help calm your nervous system when you're feeling anxious about others' opinions. Positive affirmations can remind you of your worth beyond others' approval. Journaling can help you process your thoughts and feelings, reinforcing your commitment to authenticity. Remember, too, that letting go of the need to be liked by everyone doesn't mean you stop caring about others or become inconsiderate. It's about finding a balance between being true to yourself and being kind and respectful to others. You can still be a caring, compassionate person without sacrificing your authenticity or compromising your values. In fact, many people find that as they become more authentic, their capacity for genuine compassion and empathy grows. When you're not constantly focused on managing others' perceptions of you, you have more mental and emotional space to truly listen to and understand others. This authenticity can also lead to more meaningful contributions to your community and the world at large. When you're aligned with your true self and your core values, you're in a much better position to make a positive impact. Whether it's through your work, your volunteer activities, or simply your day-to-day interactions, your authenticity allows you to contribute in ways that are truly meaningful to you. As we near the end of our discussion, I want to emphasize that letting go of the need to be liked by everyone is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a practice that you'll continue to refine throughout your life. There will be easy days and challenging days. The important thing is to stay committed to your authenticity, to keep choosing truth over approval. Remember why you started this journey? Remember the freedom, the peace, the fulfillment that comes from living authentically? Let that be your motivation on the days when it feels difficult, and celebrate your progress along the way. Each time you honor your truth, each time you resist the urge to people please, you're growing, you're becoming more fully yourself. That's something to be proud of. As you continue on this path, you'll likely inspire others to do the same. Your courage to be authentic gives others permission to do likewise. In this way, your personal growth becomes a gift to the world around you. Imagine a world where more people felt free to be their authentic selves. A world with less pretense, less performance, and more genuine connection. A world where people's energy was focused on creating, contributing, and connecting rather than managing impressions and seeking approval. That's the world you're helping to create by embarking on this journey. So I encourage you that let go of the need to be liked by everyone. Embrace your authentic self, trust in your own worth, independent of others' opinions. Be willing to ruffle a few feathers in service of your truth. Stand firm in your values, even when it's uncomfortable. The path may not always be easy, but I promise you it's worth it. The freedom, the peace, the fulfillment that come from living authentically are priceless, and the positive impact you can have on the world when you're aligned with your true self is immeasurable. You have unique gifts, perspectives, and contributions to offer the world. Don't dim your light in an attempt to please everyone. Shine brightly, authentically, unapologetically. The world needs your truth, your voice, your authentic self. Remember, you are not here to live up to everyone else's expectations. You are here to be you fully, completely, authentically you. Embrace that truth and watch how it transforms your life and the lives of those around you. So go forth with courage. Be true to yourself. Let go of the need to be liked by everyone. Your authentic journey starts now, and it's going to be beautiful.